Hello folks, welcome back. Christopher Davies of CCL Sports Cards. Now, before we dive into today's episode, I want to say thank you to all of you. In just 2 short months, our subscribers have risen to 118 from 0. I think that's pretty impressive. I also want to recognize Talking Ball Cards and X-Boys Cards for subscribing and joining this week. But I appreciate all of you. Clearly, I love talking about cards, but it's even more fun when it's with someone besides myself. So thank you. With that, in this episode, I'm going to share my thoughts on why investing your dollars in the most expensive and some of the most popular prospects is somewhat reckless, and explain why I think that is. So, we can all agree that we think Bobby Witt Jr. is a stud, who is very close to making his debut for the Kansas City Royals. Bobby has crazy good stats in the minors, and I read somewhere recently that he was named the Minor League Player of the Year. And he's ranked number 3, just behind Adley Rutschman and J-Rod. He could possibly quite be the face of the franchise for the Royals one day. So, since he's a stud with so much potential, we should invest in him, right? Wait, before you smash that Buy It Now button, not so fast. And here's why. At last check, a Bobby Witt Jr. Bowman Chrome base auto in PSA 10 would set you back about $2,400, give or take. Okay, so saying that out loud, it already seems a little nutty to me, regardless of how I feel about his skill set and potential. But let's dig a bit deeper. As an investor, you always have to evaluate your risk versus reward. What's my potential upside? And sadly, what's the potential for loss? I like Wander Franco for the purpose of this comparison, and I think most of you watchers can agree. He is the most recent superstar to be filled with so much hype that has never really faded. And at last check, his 2019 Bowman Chrome Auto in PSA 10 would run you about $3,500. Again, kind of nutty, but he's in the show and performing to expectations. So I'll give him a pass at that price, for now. I mean, just a couple of seasons in, Vlad and Tatis and these guys are commanding over $5,000 in comparable cards. But hold it, those fellas have delivered in this show for a while now. So, with Franco commanding $3,500, we've maybe got another $1,100 in upside in the shorter term for Bobby Witt, if he has a similar start to his career. But what if he doesn't do so well? The most recent comparison I could find was Jarred Kelenic. Now, the reason I chose Mr. Kelenic for my comparison is that in 2020, Bobby Witt was ranked number 8 by MLB.com, and Kelenic was number 9. It doesn't really get better than that for comparison. And, if anything, Jarred was a much better player in the minor leagues. Last May, Kelenic's 2018 Bowman Chrome base auto in PSA 10 swelled to about $2,000 just before and after he debuted. And, sadly, following his MLB debut for the Mariners, which was lackluster other than his second game where he homered and doubled, that card fell to about $800 a month later, and fell even further during the summer where you could pick it up for between $500 and $600. That's roughly a 75% loss. So if we step back and remove emotion, we've got about 40% up and 75% down. That's not a great risk reward in my eyes, and somewhat reckless. Truthfully, more often than not, the latter tends to be what happens. You see, if everyone had Wander's results, every team would be loaded with potential superstars. So what I'm saying is for every Wander Franco, there are probably 4 or 5 Jarred Kelenics. Truthfully, though, I find Jarred's cards kind of interesting down here. Maybe that's another episode. So, right now, I'm a hold on Bobby Witt if you have him, and leaning towards sell if the prices continue to rise. It's just too late to buy, and the easy money has been made. It doesn't mean he will never be investable. It just means I'm willing to wait, pass, and see where I can spend my money elsewhere. So, what are your thoughts? Can Bobby's base autos hit $5,000? $6,000? Maybe. I certainly don't think so. But tell me your theories and ideas. I love the dialogue. Remember, anything I say on this channel is strictly my opinion and should not be considered advice in any way. And thank you for your time, the feedback, and the continually rising subscriptions. I really appreciate it. Happy hunting all.